So people are always complaining how Amazon KDP is getting too saturated and it doesn't work anymore. Well, is that really the case? So in this video, I want to share with you what I think is actually happening and what you should do about it. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Sean and I've made well over 7 figures from my own Amazon KDP business. I've been doing this business for 8+ years and I've helped over 1,200 people in my program make money with Amazon KDP. So if you want no BS publishing advice from someone who is actually doing it, then make sure to subscribe. All right, let's talk about if Amazon KDP is truly becoming saturated. So this is what I think is happening. I created this little graph over here, but I think everyone is in a bubble. If you're doing Amazon KDP, you're in the Amazon KDP bubble. If you're doing Amazon FBA, you're in the FBA bubble. If you're doing dropshipping, you're in the dropshipping bubble, so on and so forth for every single business model out there. Now, while you're in your bubble, you only see what's happening around you, what's happening inside your business model. So you're seeing all the flaws, all the cons, all the negative parts about this business. Obviously, you do not see that about other businesses because you're not in the bubble, right? So you're hyper focusing on the negatives in your business and you look at other businesses thinking the grass is greener on the other side because you're not seeing the negatives. So what people often do is after trying out a business, they start seeing all the negative side about it, right? And they go and try out other business models because they think the grass is greener on the other side, just to realize that, oh, there's the same exact problem that I dealt with in this business as well, right? Or there are maybe different sets of problems in this business. So then they go and try and find a business model that does not have any negative sides of it, right? So then they go and try another one, and every single one they encounter something that they do not like, and they keep hopping around wasting so much time. And once a new shiny business model pops up, what everyone does is just jump ship and flood the new business model. And you can kind of apply the same concept within the KDP space as well. People just hop around niches and different hot trends or keywords, thinking that the problem is the keyword that they chose. And they all go and try and find this hot niche that's insanely profitable with absolutely zero competition. So it kind of looks like this, right? They hop around niches, and when there's a hot new niche, everyone just floods it. So what happens is when a new business model pops up, everyone just jumps ships, floods it, and that quickly becomes saturated, right? So that they're like, oh, this business is saturated again, very quickly. So now they search for a new business model, everyone jumps ships again, that gets flooded, and then they just keep jumping around different business models, on and on and on, wasting so much time, wasting so much money and energy, and never finding success. So here's the truth, right? Yes, things are more saturated in KDP than when I started back in 2016. But this is not just in KDP. This is in literally every single business. Now, why is that? There are a few reasons, okay? Number one, building an online business is very normalized now, compared to when I started. Back in 2016, I remember when I said I'm an entrepreneur, I'm building a business or, doing something online, there were a lot more people who were skeptical about it. A lot more people who try to convince me that it doesn't work or it's a scam, this and that, right? Now, everyone is trying to find a side hustle online. So there's just more people trying to do something. Reason number two is more and more people have internet access around the world. And the beauty of Amazon KDP and online business in general is that it's very simple to start. However, because it's very simple to start, all you need is an internet connection. You're basically competing with every single person out there in the world that has an internet connection. And more people have that. So you just have more and more people to compete with. This is why competition is going to continue to increase in literally every single business out there. We noticed this in Amazon KDP. I noticed this in other business models as well because I follow spaces in other business models. I noticed this in YouTube because I'm in the YouTube business. I noticed this in the course business as well. I noticed this in other business models. Literally no one have ever said that it's getting easier in this business. Everybody's saying that it's getting more saturated, and that is going to continue. So the big question is, what should you do about this, right? Should you just give up or is there an alternative solution? Well, this is what you should do, okay? First off, if you don't want competition, you should not be building a business. Competition is literally part of being in business, okay? Also, competition is good because it means it's profitable. If there are other people doing it, that means it's profitable, right? If no one else is doing it, it's most likely because other people tried it, it wasn't profitable, so they stopped, right? Or other people know more than you. There's a very little chance that you're this genius that got in an idea early before anybody else, okay? Possibly, but that chance is very, very low. Most of the time, it's because it's not profitable. That's why no one else is doing it, okay? So instead of trying to avoid competition, you want to learn to stand out from the crowd, okay? This is what you should do. So you should stop trying to be first and instead try to be the best. Regardless of if everyone knows about that business model, regardless of if that keyword has 50,000 books in it, it doesn't matter, right? Be the best and you will make money. This is probably one of the best examples of how saturation, the idea of saturation is just stupid because, blogging, one of the oldest online business model out there. I think blogging literally started like 30 years ago. So this business model has been around for 30 years, right? Literally everyone knows about the business model of blogging. I don't even want to do blogging because it seems like a really crappy business model at this point, right? And yet this guy makes $100,000 per month from blogging, and there are a lot of people still making money from blogging. Amazon KDP is still a brand new business model if you compare it to other business models out there, right? So if blogging is still going strong 30 years later, then I'm pretty sure Amazon KDP has a very, very long time to go as well. So the reason why you feel the business is saturated is because most people publish crap books, and the only strategy for them to make money is being first in a hot new niche. That is why you think it's saturated, because the only way for you to stand out is being first in a hot new niche. You may make money short term doing this, but after a while, others will just find the niche, flood it, and your sales die off because your book has nothing special, right? And you're off to finding the next hot niche while complaining that Amazon KDP is getting too saturated, rinse and repeat. But instead of doing that, here's a crazy idea, right? Why don't you just make a better book than anyone else so the competition doesn't matter, You can spend a little more time, invest a little bit more money to make a higher quality book. This is how you win. Because once again, you don't win in business by being first. You win by being the best. There are so many examples of businesses or products that, started after there were so many other people already doing it and becoming successful because they just had a better product. Because 90% of publishers are doing this. They're just spamming low effort, low quality books. But the real money is here at the top, right? And you can only reach this top when you actually publish high quality books and you play the quality game instead of the volume game or just the speed game, right? This is what most people do. They publish a book like this. They make the cover on Canva, even though they have no design skills, or they just don't practice their Canva design skills. They got bad title, low value content, absolutely zero reviews, zero marketing, and they just publish and hope and pray. That is the only strategy that they have. This is what most people do. And if you watch my book review series that I often do, almost every single book is like this. And the people who complain that Amazon KDP is saturated are the ones publishing these kind of books, okay? So instead, why not just try a bit harder and make a better book? This is what you should do instead. Actually good covers designed by a professional, actually good title that has SEO and copywriting, right? Actually good content customers are happy with, and actually get some reviews and actually market your books. And if you do that, it's very possible to make a lot of money. Like this is an example of a book, one coloring book doing over $1,000 a day in royalties. This one book is doing $30,000 per month. And I'm not saying every single one of you will go and make a book that's $30K a month, but the main thing is that it's possible. I have many students in my program that's doing this. And by doing this, you'll be right here, the top 1% of people who actually put in any effort in this business. So this is how you can make money regardless of the niche, business model, or timing. Once again, more and more people will continue to come into the online business space, whether that's KDP or any other business model. So the competition will continue to increase. But the one thing that you have to understand is that 99% of the people will just do the bare minimum. And if you're also only doing the bare minimum, then that means you're competing with 99% of the people out there. But if you can be the 1% that actually does more than the bare minimum, right? If you can actually invest a little bit of time and energy in making something better than 99%, then you're only competing with the 1%, which is a lot less, and you're not going to be complaining about saturation by doing so. So stop trying to be first, just be better. If you guys want to learn how to create actually good books that'll crush your competition, then check out the first link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Let me know if you agree with this video in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.